Alright, what's up everyone? My name is Medril, welcome back to the channel. Battlefield 6 is on the horizon, and if you're anything like me, you're excited for any real news about what DICE and EA have planned for us this time. Between all the official reveals, the leaks, data mines, and wild rumors, it's hard to know what's actually true. In today's video, I'm rounding up everything that we know about Battlefield 6 so far, and breaking it down into confirmed details and leaks or data mines. Let's get straight into it. Let's start with one of the biggest official developments so far, and that's Battlefield Labs. Battlefield Labs has already gone live at the time of recording and has run several rounds of playtests, with select players getting hands-on time in early versions of Battlefield 6. The idea behind Battlefield Labs is to get the community directly involved in shaping the game before it launches. DICE is using feedback from these sessions to fine-tune core mechanics, classes, destruction, and overall gameplay. These tests have given us a first real look at how Battlefield 6 is shaping up, and they've been the source of both official information and a lot of the leaks that have been circulating. So when you see details popping up about things like the return of the class system, weapon changes, or large-scale destruction, a lot of that info is coming straight out of the Battlefield Labs sessions, both from what DICE has officially revealed and from what's leaked out after the tests. Overall, Labs is DICE's way of building Battlefield 6 with the community, with real player feedback guiding development before the game hits the shelves. If you want an opportunity to play one of these pre-alpha tests, you can sign up with the link I'll leave in the description. Shifting gears a little bit here, we're going to talk about core gameplay features, and remember, in this section we're only talking about things that have been officially confirmed. Starting things off, DICE has confirmed that we're going to be going back to a more traditional class lineup: Assault, Engineer, Scout, Support. This is pretty big news coming from a game like Battlefield 2042, which didn't have any class system at launch. One big difference, though, is that DICE has already confirmed weapons aren't going to be locked to specific classes, so you're going to have a lot of freedom in how you build your loadout. Classes will have a signature weapon that benefits the user if they use the traditional weapon that's associated with their class. However, there's not going to be any punishment or drawback of using any other weapon type. Along with those previous announcements, DICE told the community that players will have a choice of 2 gadgets in their loadout. This is in addition to their class's signature gadget and class-specific throwables, so you'll get a total of 3 gadgets and your throwable. One category where we've gotten a lot of official information is Destruction, which has been completely overhauled for the next Battlefield title. We should expect to see walls and surfaces break down progressively, so not just from big explosions, but also from smaller impacts like bullets. You'll be able to shoot through walls, of course, and the game will use both visual and audible cues to let you know when your attacks are making a difference. All these different surfaces will show damage before fully breaking, and buildings are going to slowly collapse, exposing their core structure and piling up rubble as they go. The debris from destruction now stays on the map, so you can use it as extra cover, and it'll change the dynamic of how you and your squad play the map. Complementing the dynamic map changes brought on by all the destruction, DICE claims that there's going to be a new evolved movement system. Now, they say this movement system should make it easier to understand when certain movements are possible, and in that they list crouching, sprinting, vaulting, and leaning as example movements. So that means we can confirm that leaning will be making a return in this Battlefield title. As for vehicles and game modes, DICE hasn't shared any official information yet, so we'll have to keep an eye out for those, and I'll update you guys when we hear more. Now, that'll be it for what we have official confirmation on, but we've got tons of leaked content and data mined info, so let's dive into that. Before we get too into the weeds on the leaked information, I want to reiterate that all the footage and info coming out of Battlefield Labs right now is from a pre-alpha build. Similarly, nothing that's been data mined at this point is guaranteed to be in the game at launch, or maybe ever. So if you see people online getting worked up about specific attachments, gadgets, or time to kill numbers, just remember, these details are far from final. They'll almost definitely change before launch, especially with ongoing player feedback. For this video, I'm going to focus on bigger picture features and changes that are less likely to get tweaked last minute. With that in mind, let's take a look at what's actually been leaked so far. While DICE did announce signature traits as part of the class system in Battlefield 6, they didn't tell us what that looks like. Thankfully, data miners have given us some insight into what that system will be. For Assault, you'll be getting some extra mobility, like taking less damage and not losing speed after a fall. Plus, you'll be able to go from sprinting to shooting faster than everyone else. Support is all about revives, so you'll be able to pick up downed teammates quicker, kind of like Falk from Battlefield 2042, and you'll be able to drag down teammates faster as well. Engineer's perk is honestly a bit more boring, it's just explosive damage reduction. Not flashy, but definitely useful when repairing a vehicle that's being targeted by explosives. Finally, Scout gets a recon bonus. Whenever you aim down sights, enemies that you see are automatically spotted for your team. So, that's what the signature traits are looking like for each class, but that's not all. Data miners have also uncovered some of those unique weapon perks for each class. If you're running Assault, you'll get faster weapon swapping to and from assault rifles, making it super quick to switch to gadgets, secondaries, throwables, and then back to your primary. Support gets a unique perk for LMGs, removing the sprint speed penalty, enabling you to keep up with your squad and stay mobile. Engineers will be specializing in PDWs or SMGs, and you'll get noticeably better hipfire accuracy when using those. Players using a sniper rifle with the Scout class will be able to hold their breath longer while aiming down sights, and they'll be able to rechamber rounds faster so they can line up their follow-up shots more quickly. As you can see, DICE is definitely trying to encourage players to stick with the classic weapons associated with each class, but they're not forcing you into a box. You'll get some nice perks for running the traditional weapon type, but you're still free to mix things up if you want to. So it's a bit more flexible than older Battlefield games without losing that class identity. Speaking of class identity, the leaked gadgets make it even clearer what kind of playstyle DICE is looking for in each role. Let's take a look at some of the gadgets that have been uncovered for each class so far. Assault will always have a stim by default, and then you'll be able to pick 2 from a list that includes things like a flame shotgun and various grenade launchers. Some early gameplay leaks showed an option to forego a second gadget in exchange for getting 2 primary weapons rather than a primary and secondary. All engineers will have the repair tool as a default, and then they'll get to choose 2 others from things like tripwire sensors, motion sensors, mines, or a rocket launcher, whether that be anti-air, anti-tank, or unguided. Some engineers in leaked gameplay showed that they could equip 2 rocket launchers simultaneously, which could be very bad for vehicle balancing. If you're playing support, you can expect to have a supply crate as your default gadget. On top of that, you'll get to pick 2 extras, things like defibrillator, deployable cover, trophy systems, either for blocking missiles or grenades, a supply pouch, and this time the tracer dart. It's worth noting that the tracer dart has traditionally been a scout gadget in past games, so it's interesting to see it moved over to support in Battlefield 6. That could really shake up how vehicles get marked and hunted in the next game. Scout will be equipped with the deployable motion sensor as a standard, and then they can pick 2 from C4, drones, SOFLAM, spawn beacon, or claymore. And just a note, throwable motion sensors look like they're making a return as well, but they'll be a grenade rather than a gadget choice. So each class feels like it has a clear role, but with room to customize your playstyle. We'll have to see if they're able to balance the 2 gadget system without killing the fun and utility that each gadget can bring to the table. When it comes to game modes, there isn't a ton of information available. Data miners have found references to a Battle Royale mode in the files, so it looks like DICE is giving that another try. From the playtests, it looks like Conquest and Breakthrough are also in the mix. We'll have to wait and see what other modes make the cut, fingers crossed for Frontlines. As for Destruction, there isn't a whole lot to add beyond what's already been confirmed. We've seen some footage showing that destroyed vehicles will now stick around for the entire match, which could really improve the amount of available cover in the game. There were some early rumors from data mining about big, Levolution-style destruction events returning, but some of the more reliable data miners have actually refuted that, saying there's no real evidence for it in the files right now. Next up is Movement, where leaked footage from the playtest shows players using supine prone, sliding, and diving. The tactical sprint option from Battlefield 2042 is missing in these clips, and the overall movement speed is much slower than previous titles. The last topic we're going to cover today is vehicles. Leaks have included limited vehicle gameplay, and that gameplay has been largely overshadowed by balancing issues. While that is disappointing from a vehicle perspective, I wouldn't be overly concerned with these balancing issues, as they're likely to change drastically moving forward. Datamine content has revealed 2 fixed-wing aircraft roles, fighter and attack. Each category includes 2 jets per faction, and unique loadouts to suit their roles. That's everything we know about Battlefield 6 so far. There's still some pretty big features and quality of life improvements that fans are hoping for that haven't been confirmed or leaked yet. Things like a classic server browser and community features. Hopefully, we'll hear more from DICE soon, but in the meantime, I want to hear from you. What features are you most excited about, or what missing features have you the most worried? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for more Battlefield 6 news.